ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನತಿಮಿರಾಂಧಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಂಜನಶಲಾಕಯ ಚಕ್ಷುಃ ಉನ್ಮೀಲಿತಂ ಯೇನ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ. Our school is always proud of the values that are preached to the children. This year, we start academics with the celebration of Guru Purnima. It is to imbibe the importance of Guru in one's life. This pandemic is no barrier for our celebrations. Instead, we take this as an opportunity for us to involve our parents into the celebration. India is basically a land of spiritual gurus. Behind the majority of festivals celebrated in India, the prime purpose is spirituality. Guru Purnima is celebrated in June or July to commemorate all the great enlightened gurus who dedicated their lives to self-realization and enlightenment. Gurus are people who are spreading the light of enlightenment all around without any purpose of personal gain. On this auspicious day, I would like to share a small story on the topic, the virtue of patience. Once, a guru handed over a piece of rock to his disciple and asked him to create a beautiful idol out of it. The disciple started chiseling the rock in all the earnestness. Ignoring food and sleep, he worked on creating a beautiful idol out of the rock to his own satisfaction. With humility, he went to his guru and placed the idol at his feet. The guru looked at the idol and expressed his dissatisfaction. "Is this the way to create an idol? It is ugly." Picking it up, the guru threw it away and it broke into pieces right in front of the disciple's eyes. The disciple was shocked. "I have toiled so much, even forgetting to take my food and rest, to create this idol, and how come the guru could not appreciate it at all?" His dejection was writ on his face. Even though the guru noticed it, he gave the disciple another piece of rock and said, "Now do it once again." Taking lot more care this time and with increased focus and concentration, the disciple chiseled the rock to create a beautiful idol again. He felt, "I'm sure this time my guru will really be impressed." He took the idol and gave it to his guru. Seeing it, the guru's face frowned. "Are you laughing at me? This idol is worse than what you did last time." Saying so, the guru threw away the idol and broke it. He was intently looking at disciple's face to see the reaction. The disciple stood there hanging his face. Even though he did not utter a word in retaliation for what the guru did, his disappointment was writ large on his face. The guru gave him another piece of rock and asked him to make another idol. The disciple worked with his chisel on this rock with a lot more care to ensure that he could end up with an extremely beautiful idol. The guru threw it away too, with much harsher criticism of the piece. This time, the disciple did not have any negative reaction or dejection on his face. He thought, "If this is Guru's will, let it be so. Whatever he does is meant for my good only." Thinking so, he collected the next piece of rock smilingly from the Guru's hand and proceeded to work on it. When the disciple went to Guru with yet another beautiful statue that he had carved out most painstakingly, the Guru once again did what he was doing all along. The disciple's face did not express any feeling whatsoever. Seeing the serenity at the face of his disciple, the Guru felt extremely happy. He joyfully embraced his disciple and kissed him on the forehead. At that very moment, the disciple attained self-realization. From this story, for any third person observing the way the guru went about breaking the idols, it might look as if Guru was very sadistic and cruel. One may even suspect the Guru to be a lunatic. But what was truly happening there was only comprehensible to the Guru and the disciple who had a total sense of surrender. Actually, whenever the Guru broke the disciple's idol, he was in fact creating a true and divine idol in the heart of the disciple. What was really broken was the disciple's ego. Only a true Guru can do it, and only a true disciple can grasp the bliss that comes out of it. Nasti matru samam chaya, nasti matru samam tranam. There is no shade like a mother. There is no security like a mother. Pita svargaha, pita dharmaha, pita paramakam tapaha. A father is the ultimate penance of life. If he is happy, all the deities are pleased. This phrase ensures that our parents are the first gurus. Being a day of celebrating our gurus, I request all the students to bow down to their parents and surrender all your ignorance and request for the path of light. I also request our parents to bless the children for their future endeavors. We also have our principal's blessings with a piece of message on this occasion. Along with our correspondent, our principal, and we teachers shower our blessings for you all to lead a healthy life. Last but not the least, let us all pray together to enable us with the power to overcome this pandemic situation. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.